microphone right here, by the way. Trifora.
I have one.
Oh, okay, perfect. Is it on channel 15 though?
How do I check that?
Just take one of these right here.
What the fuck is that smell?
And use that instead.
Oh my god, Modrinth, my favorite.
Really, it's your favorite? That's awesome.
Yes, it's my favorite.
Can someone teleport the suzerain to me?
Hopefully I don't crash.
Teleport whom?
I sent it in chat.
Oh, I'm getting real
I don't
tired.
think you should be there, Hexen.
I don't want to go to bed, but
Naughty,
I
naughty.
have to.
I gotta, I just realized I could just use the microphone.
I'm friggin' starving, but I'm worrying about the. I'm starving, but I'm worrying about the thing starving.
I can't really hear anything,
Well,
so...
You don't hear anything?
No, I mean, I can, but, like, it's... Everything is so quiet, and, yeah.
Wait, Pros, do you have off?
Yeah.
Can you TP Wyatt to me? Or, like, just to the stage?
Yeah.
Is this problematic or anything? Is this working okay?
That is loud.
Hold on, let me just put text on these real quick.
Oh, Wyatt, you can click V to chat.
Oh fuck!
I think
I
as long as
figured
you
out why
have
my
a
mic was so low quality. I was using my fucking webcam as a microphone. I wasn't using my
Click V
actual
to
mic.
chat.
Dang. What mic am I using?
Wait, am I like clear and understandable and shit?
Yeah.
Yep, very.
Okay, no. So my problem was like I was using my
I think
webcam's microphone,
go
not
to
realizing I
dot for your
selected
settings,
it.
So click on dot, and then...
I have like
be
a
able to,
whole
click
fucking
the
mic in
microphone.
front of my computer right now, and I haven't been using it. Oh god.
Yeah, I've just got like a proper mic here. Razor siren.
Yeah, I have a I have like
use.
I have like a setup, like it's connected to my desk and shit. It's
I have
awesome.
a Razor, but I can't even use the functionality of it because.
No, I'm glad I don't sound like I'm like 12 anymore, because I am a fucking 18-year-old grown-ass adult playing a block game.
Yeah, same.
That's
Yeah,
relatable, honestly.
I think we're all. I think we're awesome.
I might as well just name the guitar if I was trying to play. I was trying to play like the verse riff. I was trying to play like the verse riff from Undertale. Summer by the Deftones.
I am definitely not cultured enough to understand that reference.
Alright, so just make sure that you're either in survival adventure or you have the F3 goggles.
Yeah,
because there's a bug right now.
I don't have op though, so I can't like change myself.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
I literally.
Jay, can you hear me?
I literally.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
To drop C sharps just to play this song.
Just equip the F3 goggles and then type the command right there. For first.
What are F3 goggles?
Here.
Geo, I've gotten you the builder permissions. You should be able to change game mode now.
Wait, guys, how do you make
so
people?
do I use the goggles or do I just go to?
Okay, so
you press period.
I think it's easier to use the goggles, but then you have to type this command on here.
You go that and you search who you want to hear.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I'm stupid.
Yeah, it gives you the.
You have to type it or
someone
prefer survival inventory.
down to a level of muted and all the way up to a level of.
It's just because there's a vanilla.
Adventure or something. I don't know.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
It doesn't let me type
Stop.
the command.
Oh,
I think I was using
that's
the
weird.
fucking
Okay.
webcam mic the whole time.
I'll just make a command block or something, and
I'm-
backstage. Actually, I should probably move these
I'm
back.
probably.
Huh? What were you saying?
Oh, there you are. Oh, you went on the ceiling, right. Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
probably gonna go explore the con and not so much for the event. I honestly don't have anything to say to the Modrinth team. Or even anything to hear about any questions I really want to know.
Not even you're doing a good job?
I mean, that's kind of a given. Everybody on this server would naturally loves Modrinth.
Yeah, that's true.
Would say that.
I mean,
So,
what's
like,
the alternative?
Wait, are you sure you can't do the command? You have to type it out all the way.
I think we should all drop modern and switch to 4.
I typed it, but like it doesn't output anything. Like it's just like slash.
Oh, press E.
That's what the Forge users want.
Yeah, what should it look like?
I
It should look like a survival inventory.
Oh, mine doesn't.
Yeah,
Here.
same, Buster.
I never
Okay, that's weird.
I didn't start playing Java
That's what I
until
typed
1.8,
in.
but I went back to play 1.7 mod packs.
Huh.
I started playing
Wait,
Java.
hold on. Both of you stop. Are we audible from
Like, there shouldn't be any
actual stage
creative
area?
tabs.
Yes.
Yes,
Yo.
immensely.
We are literally sitting at the door.
Yeah, well,
Wait, am I
maybe you
loud?
should turn your
Yeah, you're
volume
loud.
down and
Alright,
stop peeking
someone's
like
gonna
we've
have to set up
asked
like a
5 times.
game mode thing or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay, wait. Now I have the survival inventory, so mine works.
This is really weird.
Yeah, mine worked.
I started playing
Oh, okay,
Minecraft,
perfect.
I think,
Alright,
0.30.
Trifora, have you set up survival inventory?
Wait, what do you mean 0.30?
I typed command, yeah.
0.30
Okay, perfect.
Unless you're talking about like a beta or something.
Yeah, it
I think
wasn't-
Wyatt's already
Oh,
for
alpha.
survival.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey,
And,
y'all, there's
Prospector,
literally about
are
to
you
be
in,
an
like,
event-
survival
an
or
event.
something?
Could you take this
I'm in
further
creative right now.
away? There's a
Okay,
park right over
so
there.
there's a bug, so just
Yeah,
set
Why are you
your
upside
like
down?
game mode to like adventure or something. While you're using
I'm
the
in
phone to chat
creative right now.
microphone. Oh wait, what the heck? Does it teleport you when you change your game mode?
Yeah, it took me out to the outside.
Oh, okay, that's an issue. Okay, never mind.
uh, Emma, do you want to get started? I guess like we can. I don't know.
I don't know.
Alright, I guess we're just gonna do this.
Welcome everybody.
Yeah, welcome to the Modrinth Q&A. So I think the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna go through like all of the questions that people put in the form first, and then if we have time, we'll go through the ones in the book. I'm not sure like how the book thing works because we like are using that kind of for questions too. But I don't know. I think if you guys could wait to put your books down into the conveyor belt until we're done, that would be nice. But yeah. So do you want to get started with the first question, Emma?
If I can get it to... Wait, so how does this system work? Do we like go through the slides and stuff, or?
No, it's like so you see on the tablet how like it has
Yeah.
questions? I think the first one should be who is Modrinth. If not, we can just say them and then like go through them. I don't know.
I don't know. I have no clue what's going on with it, so.
All right. Okay. So I guess what we'll do, since the question thing's a little glitch, is we'll just wait. Where's Prospector? Okay.
He's throwing a ton of books in it.
Oh, there we go. That's what.
Oh, okay. So I guess okay, that's not the first one, but it's okay. Yeah. So what inspired us to start Modrinth? So I started Modrinth like 3 years ago. The reason I started it actually, I've been a modder for a while, but I started Modrinth actually because I was a mod user at the time, and I was really kind of annoyed with how Fabric mod searching worked. So it was first called Fabricate, and basically what it did is it scraped CurseForge, and it was kind of a search engine for Minecraft mods. Eventually we got shut down, like CurseForge banned our IP, which makes sense because like we were scraping their site. So we kind of pivoted to like our own mod platform, kind of to fix a lot of the issues that I had with CurseForge and other people at the time. And I made all the code open source, a lot of people contributed, and yeah, that's kind of how Modrinth became what it was today. Do you want to just like read off the notion instead? I don't know.
That's not what. need to mess around with my voice chat settings because I'm.
Are we doing the slide or are we reading off our Notion?
I think we should just read off the Notion for now, and then we can do the slides after.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. The slides aren't in order, so we'd have to like find it, right? Or I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so our first question that we got was, who is Modrinth? So, Gio, do you want to
John Modrinth.
introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I guess we all introduce ourselves. So yeah, I'm Jay. I'm from Arizona, beautiful state of Arizona. I'm actually in New York City now. And yeah, started modding, I don't know, when I was pretty young. A lot of my mods like aren't really public. I used to do a lot of commissions and stuff like that. I worked on like Pixel One at one point too, and some other mods like that. But yeah, you know, I used to play a lot of golf too. But yeah, that's kind of me.
I'm Prospector. I have been modding for a while, and I joined Modrinth sort of in like 2020 when the site was really ugly and I didn't really like it very much and I wanted to make it look a lot nicer, so I sent them a bunch of pull requests until I kind of forced my way into the team, essentially.
I'm Wyatt. I joined this year. I did a lot of modding growing up, learning how to code, and I did some Pokemon game stuff as well for a while, but now I'm back to Minecraft.
Yeah, Wyatt's the only Canadian on the team. So
yeah, I'm from the beautiful state of Vancouver, Canada.
And I am Emma. I am from the best state, which is Delaware. And I do a lot of things, basically everything. I do moderation.
And then we have another member of our team, Adrian, who's not here currently, but yeah. And then of course there's also we have a few content moderators that help moderate the content on the site, and yeah, that's much. And then of course all the contributors who have contributed over the years, notably Broaru and False, and honestly a bunch of people. Too many to name.
Adrian lives in actually New York City, but I think he took the day off today, so he might come.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
Why was Modrinth created and why did it take so long to get a platform? Actually, you already talked about that. Okay, I don't know what this question means, but the question was, what is your record of workers all the time on all sites? Anyone?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, well, we weren't really sure what this question was asking, but yeah, we do use Cloudflare workers, so it's a pretty good platform. It hosts our front end, like download counting and all of that. So yeah, not sponsored, but you guys should use it too.
Here's a question. What was each of your favorite mods on Modrinth?
I gotta say, coming back to Minecraft and seeing something like Cobblemon, as incredibly well graphic and cool as it was a really cool experience to have.
I think mine would have to be Red Power, because I'm just surprised that we were able to get the permission to put it on Modrinth.
Maybe this is a bit boring, but mine is Sodium, because it's done so much to help, make Minecraft playable for a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't really have a favorite, to be honest. There's a lot of good mods on Modrinth, but I'd say mine would probably be Companion. I don't know if most of you guys have heard of this. It's actually one of Prospector's mods, but it's a very cool camping mod.
All right, next question here is, what payout methods are you planning on adding?
Yeah, so this one is tough. We mainly went with PayPal because PayPal probably has the lowest fees out of any payout provider, and with our model, actually, a lot of payout providers don't even allow us, mainly because we have to do with advertising. But we're planning on adding stuff like Stripe. Me and Prospector actually did a test last week if it would work, and it did. So we're probably gonna add Stripe soon. Also, like raw ACH transfers. We might like look into SEPA for like international people, but I don't know if it'll work because the fees are pretty high for that. And then we also might be working with another kind of gaming payout related company that I can't really say yet, but it might be pretty cool. So yeah, there should be some coming real soon, like maybe in the next month or two. But don't hold us on that. We're pretty bad at ETAs.
We got another question here. We got actually a few of these. About translations. Will UI translations ever come out? And
I mean, that's literally look at our announcements feed from yesterday on our Discord server. We have already done a lot of the work relevant, like with libraries and stuff, to actually get translations working. It's just a matter of actually doing those translations and converting stuff over. If you want to contribute with that, join our Discord. But it's
so there's a
it's
few
coming
pages
soon.
that are already translatable, and you can do that on our Crowdin page right now, and they should go live in the site at some point in the next few weeks, I imagine. Maybe, I don't know, no promises. And we're working on adding new features that'll have translations and migrating the old pages to be translatable. So yeah, it's very much in progress and almost here. All right, so we got a number of questions about the VC funding that Modrinth has. So I'll read this question. In February this year, Modrinth announced that they were taking on VC funding. This has, for obvious reasons, raised some concerns. What are the expectations from your investors about profitability, and what safeguards are there in place to prevent Modrinth turning towards growth and profit at all costs? Heavy question.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess in general, like if you guys have any questions about this, feel free to ask on our Discord. I'd say we're pretty accessible. But yeah, like kind of similar to what we said in our blog post, investors do have like pretty minority stake in the company, and like have no say in our decisions. And legally speaking, investors can't like control anything, influence anything, and all of that. But I would say like ideologically, we don't want, and we will never make Modrinth something that does not put the creators first, right? Like that's not really what Modrinth started to be, and we wouldn't want it to not be against creators. Something fundamentally that we've done to kind of prevent us from like kind of going against that ever is just being open source, AGPLs, never having a CLA. This kind of allows us to basically, where if we kind of go against the community, against their wishes, all of that, we can, people can fork us, right? And it's kind of something that keeps us accountable, right? If we do ever do something that's like shady or like against the community, right? But I do understand there's a lot of concern with it. There's a lot of questions about this, so we'll kind of address a lot of it. But yeah, really we want to be a platform which puts the creators' needs first, and doesn't really do anything, doesn't put like investors or like us or anything like that. So yeah.
Okay. Next question. We got a number of these as well. When will reverse dependencies / mods that depend on selected mod be a thing? Basically, they're asking about dependents. When will we be able to view dependents for mods, like add-ons and the mod packs that include your mod and such? And that is coming pretty soon. It is. Yeah, it should be in the next big update. It's very planned. Yep. Next question. What is the current status on ads and author rewards?
I mean, pretty much the same. I mean, there was recently a change where we made it so that 90% of the entire site's revenue goes to creators. Because previously, when we were including like the search pages and stuff, it hovered around 80 to 85% of the total revenue going to creators. Now it's a flat 90%. but I mean, we're planning on expanding the Adrinth network in the future, and um, yeah, it's coming soon.
And then is Modrinth financially self-sustaining with the new ad deal? If not, can any further details and plans or details on further plans be shared?
Yeah, so this one's kind of like a yes and no. Modrinth has like always been sustainable in terms of like hosting and like paying to like for server bills and all of that. We've never really been sustainable in terms of paying people to work on Modrinth, and this is something we're actively working on, right? And we do have a couple years to kind of build this out. But our plan is to monetize mainly through Adrinth, but also some other endeavors, which we might announce soon. We're always brainstorming internally on like how we can get to this point. But yeah, really our goal at the end is just to make Modrinth a completely sustainable product, right? That doesn't have to rely on investors or anyone else to stay afloat.
And then another question we got a number of times is about Bedrock support. When will you add Bedrock support? And that's something we've opened a channel for discussion with Bedrock creators to help understand like their needs, much like we did when we launched mod packs, resource packs, plugins, all that, because we want to make sure that we're adequately serving the needs of the community and not just adding support for games blindly and forcing them to fit our systems. So we have a pretty good idea, I think, of what the creators need, and as we're coming to a better state with our existing support for Java Edition, we should be able to expand into other games, including Bedrock Edition. So it's coming. As for when, we don't really provide ETAs like that. And then they also asked about Legends, Dungeons, etc. That kind of falls under the same category as any other game. It'll depend on the demand for the game and what we think is like the best use of our time, I guess, because we have to actually do like the research into each game and the communities, and yeah.
Do you want me to take over with reading questions, Pros?
Sure, if you want.
Alright, so our next question is, when will you add map and schematic uploads? If anyone wants to take that. If not, I can.
Yeah, but I think you can take it.
So, basically, there are a couple problems with adding maps to Modrinth, mainly because, like mod packs, there are oftentimes a lot of other content created by other people to the world, like data packs mainly, and finding some sort of solution for ensuring that those sorts of things are dealt with in a way that respects the creators that created the things that are included in the world, while also just being fair in general to everyone involved. Um, that's the main issue of getting it on Modern. Also, they often take a lot of space, and while storage space is mostly cheap for us, it can be problematic when it gets to this kind of scale. So that's another problem that we're trying to look into. It is planned eventually, but it might be a little while until we get there. So our next question is, how does Advent accept ads? Is it a first come first serve system, a bidding system, a contract, or something else entirely?
Yeah, so right now, it's actually pretty basic. We just do fixed monthly deals with people. We kind of like do our own outreach, talk to people who have like reached out to us. and we renegotiate each month kind of with growth and expected growth in mind. In the future, and actually in the probably a month or two, I don't know, it just depends. We are going to start doing more of a bidding focused system where people can bid on Adrinth and dynamically kind of pay for ads. It should increase creator payouts a lot, and we're kind of working on that so Adrinth can become a lot more dynamic than what it is now. But yeah, that should be pretty cool.
And our next question. I heard a little while back that you regret Actix. Actix is the web framework that we use for our backend. Basically, that's how everything on Modrinth gets served to people. And the question is basically asking, why did we comment about regretting Actix, and would we ever migrate to something else?
Yeah, so I remember this is something I said. I was actually really frustrated. I think this was probably a year ago, but basically we used to do all of our uploads through multi-part, especially like creating projects and stuff. And Actix have these really bad multi-part bugs where there's just a bunch of problems. Really, the big issue with Actix is it's kind of unmaintained at this point. I mean, unmaintained is probably a bad word, but it's not super maintained. Like bugs take a couple months to fix and all that. And yeah, I see people saying Axum in the chat, and yeah, Axum is probably something we would want to switch to. It's just like we are very entrenched into the Actix ecosystem right now, and recently there hasn't been that many problems for us to justify switching, but it might be something we consider in the future.
So the next question, why did you name your repositories after Greek things? For some context, on GitHub, we have a lot of repositories that do different things, and they're all named after various aspects of like Greek and Minoan mythology. And so the different repositories have different meanings. First is the backend, which is Labyrinth. In ancient Crete, the Labyrinth was I can't remember if it was underground or not, but it was the basis of a lot of constructions on top of it, from what I can recall. I'm a bit rusty on this, so it might be wrong. But and then Knossos is the front end, and that is kind of the palace in ancient Crete, and that's kind of the very pretty. It's the main thing that you see when you're there, I guess. And then there's Theseus, which is the name for our app. I can't recall exactly what Theseus is. Could somebody do that?
Theseus is the dude who killed the Minotaur, if I remember right.
Yeah, but I can't remember how that exactly relates to.
Yeah, I think we just chose it. We wanted to do oh man, I remember there was a much better name we had for it, but it was taken. But I think it was like Ship of
Well,
Theseus.
Theseus goes on like adventures and stuff, right? Which is like what you do when you're playing the game. I think that was like
Yeah, Theseus explored the labyrinth, to find the Minotaur. It's like
yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then Minotaur is the Gradle plugin, and then we also have Daedalus, which is the meta server stuff that proxies all the Forge fabric files and whatnot. Don't remember exactly how that's connected either. But and then the one last one that I can remember is Amorphia, which is not actually about mythology at all. It's just the modern Greek word for beauty. Are there any other?
There's also like Sisyphus, right? Like the workers.
Oh yeah, the Cloudflare workers that monitor the download counts to make sure that stuff isn't botted. I'm pretty sure Sisyphus was something to do with the. I can't even remember.
Sisyphus was the boulder up the hill, I think. So
Okay.
I was doing the work forever and ever.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely, like, I think we ran out of names that like actually fit in the myth, so we just became like kind of started picking random things.
I think our original name for Daedalus was Icarus because it was like flying too close to the sun. Like somebody tried botting, and so that's why we put it in place. But I think we changed somewhere. I don't remember why.
Yeah.
Sisyphus works somewhat, I think. You know, the workers are always working. They never stop. They keep on pushing.
Yeah. So the next question is there are a couple different questions that are kind of in the same vein. Why the name Rinth? Like both for Modrinth and for the company Rinth Inc.
Yeah, I think I might have the best answer to this. I think I remember brainstorming this. I was just trying to find a cool name that like we could name a mod platform because originally Modrinth was called Fabricate, and obviously like that wouldn't work for a lot of reasons like fabric only and all of that, right? So Modrinth was kind of just a cool name, like a labyrinth of mods. You know, you can find all kinds of things. And then Rinth was like, oh, like if we ever do stuff besides modding, kind of like Adrinth, right? It can kind of fit with that. So, yeah. So it was just like a random name we picked. There's nothing like super special to it.
And then in a similar vein, what is the logo, and why did we pick what we picked?
Yeah, I guess that one's a tough one. I mean, I think so Mulverine X, I don't know how many of you guys know him. He made the logo. And yeah, it kind of I think we had like 2 or 3 ideas at the time. I can't remember what those looked like, but yeah, it's like just it's kind of like a labyrinth, but you have like the wrench in it, and you know that shows like modding, you know, you're kind of wrenching around the game. I don't know. But yeah, it's just a labyrinth, so it kind of fits with the brand.
So our next question is, how long does it normally take for a mod pack to submit it on Modrinth to be reviewed? This is it should be easier to answer this. It was for a long time. Our main target was 24 to 48 hours for each review. But currently, because there have been just so many projects submitted, and also because we had a couple moderators be unavailable earlier this month, including me, it's gotten to the point where you can usually expect about a week. We're bringing on more. We already brought on one new moderator, and we're hoping to bring another soon so that it can, be back to the normal like 24 to 48 hours pretty soon. And so, our next question is, any plans for any sort of way to bulk edit pages? Like, for example, editing the Ko-Fi or Discord link across 10 different projects.
Yeah. So the feature's already partially implemented. I think on the back end you can actually do this through the API, but only like part of it's implemented on the front end. And plan is to keep adding more to that. I just kind of have to get around to it. So, yep. Soon. Very soon.
Next question is, in your roadmap, in the what's planned for the future section, is it in order? The answer to that is no, it's not. It's not in any particular order. It's just a list of things that we want to do. And next up, well, you'll learn later on in this program what we're doing next. So, next question. What tools exist behind the scenes to improve modern projects? We have one tool. It's called Packerator. What it does is we have a database of a bunch of different mods, and basically what it does is it checks the overrides in that in a given mod pack, and it checks to see if any of the overrides there match the list of mods in the database. And then if any of those mods are blacklisted for any reason, usually for licensing, but also sometimes for like violating our rules, then it will give the moderator a message to send to the project author. And that's what PackRater does. And really, that's the only tool that we have for automation. Oh yeah, and thank you, Plot, for pointing that out for the recording. Overrides are basically mods and other files that are not already on Modrinth but are included in the .mrpack file that is submitted to Modrinth.
Oh, and
does someone else understand with reading the questions?
I mean, Adrian, you could, because you just got here.
Oh yeah, introduce yourself.
Oh, Adrian.
Hello, I'm Adrian. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. Hold on, let me pull up the questions.
Which one are we on? Like the Pack Raider one?
Yeah, this is 22.
Make sure you click the microphone in your inventory.
We're only on 22. There's like 80.
Yeah, we might want to like do a speed run of something.
Yeah, also keep in mind there's like 80 minutes till the next event, so don't worry.
Alright.
Okay, so like question 23?
22. 22.
Can you equip the microphone item, by the way, Adrian? Just shift click it. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Are comments coming to Modrinth?
It's something that we have planned, but it's not super high. Oh, there's chairs now. It's not super high up on the list. We're still figuring out internally a lot of the moderation tools for that, spam and so on, but it's certainly in the works at some point.
Yeah, we don't want like the typical like 1.x when comment that you always get on some other platforms. So we're trying to figure out like how we can reduce that.
Jay, I'm looking at 3 questions, and it looks like this is your opportunity to do your speed run.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, what's something you're most happy with with what you've achieved so far? Yeah. So this one, I guess like everyone could do one, but I'll just do it to be quick. For me, I think it's just the community around Modrinth. I don't know. It's really cool. Like we have like this whole test subjects thing, and people are like really cool whenever, really excited and like help test things. When we release new features and like people contribute to like a repository, it's really cool. I don't know, when I started it, I didn't really think Modrinth would get anywhere, but it's sick that like we have so many people who care a lot about the project and want to see it succeed. Okay, so next one. Why did you decide to take offers from venture capital? Why do people hate you for this so much? I wouldn't say people hate us. Actually, they might. Who knows? I think VC and like venture capital is controversial, and I totally get why. I've had companies that I've used, and they've kind of been ruined, I'd say, by VCs and kind of like the mentality where you grow at all costs. I think we were very careful to choose the partners that we work with, like in terms of investors, right? Like we did not want to work with venture capital firms, which are like known for not really caring about the company or anything and really just kind of sucking them dry for profits. The main reason we took it, right, is we wanted to be able to work on Modrinth long term, and kind of us working and like shipping features all for volunteer just wasn't something that like could be done over a long period of time. And it lets us kind of remain competitive with other people who like have a lot more funding too. So yeah, that's kind of that one. And then next one, this is also related to that whole scenario. How is Modrinth doing financially? Breakdown of money from VCs versus actual ad revenue. VCs is venture capital, by the way. Yeah, so ad revenue is still a minority of our costs in terms of like total payroll and all of our expenses, mainly because we pay most of it to creators. So yeah, only a small fraction of our expenses are covered by our revenue at the moment. But yeah, like we said earlier, have several years to kind of get to the point of sustainability. And we're actively working on stuff like Adrinth and other methods, which we'll announce soon to bring Modrinth to there. Okay.
And then VC does not go to creator payouts. It's always the ad revenue that goes to creator payouts. So payouts are not in danger of fluctuating in that way.
Yep. Adrian, if you want, you can go back to reading the questions. I think we're on 26.
Yep. Any updates on code signing or any other forms of modder authentication?
All right. I don't know, Emma, you want to do this one?
Yeah, sure. We are still looking into that kind of thing. Like we'll probably have to collaborate with quite a number of different groups across the entire modding ecosystem to sorry, to get this to become any kind of reality. But we already have done like a lot of the first steps that go towards improving a lot of the security of Modrinth. Like for example, we just added two-factor authentication, and we have scoped access tokens now, which are both of those are going to help quite a bit with the security of individual creators, but there is still quite a number of things that we have planned to help out with security.
Okay. Is Modrinth profitable / sustainable at this moment?
Yeah, I think this one's actually duplicate. Maybe we should have marked it as that. But yeah, I think I said this earlier, but yeah, we're sustainable in terms of like hosting costs or like storage and bandwidth, all of that kind of thing, but not in terms of payroll. But yeah, like I said earlier, actively something we're working towards.
What are the plans for the new launcher?
Yeah, actually this one, I'm not sure how much we can say. So we do have a lot planned, and there are a lot of cool features we want to do. We've kind of taken a break from the launcher, at least for a couple of weeks, just to work on some more creator-related features, which we'll be releasing soon, like analytics. Adrian's been working on that. It's been really cool. But yeah, stay tuned because we'll probably announce those soon.
Yeah, woo! Okay, next question. What is the idea of Modrinth? That's an interesting question to be 29th.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess for me, it's always been, yeah, like building an open creator first modding platform has always been our goal. And yeah, like even outside of Minecraft, we want to be able to do what we've done for Minecraft to a lot of games, right? And be able to make modding a profession and something people can do for the whole thing.
Makes sense, makes sense. What is the most underrated feature / component on Modrinth and its ecosystem?
No, I guess anyone could answer that.
There's a lot. I think that I don't know if it's underrated, but just the fact of being open source and very visible is very nice.
I mean, I quite like the fact that our our system for uploading files can automatically parse JSONs for mods is very handy. If anything, it would be even cooler if it could do more, but it's very helpful.
Yeah, no, I think another thing we just did is we launched the threads for moderation, so you can chat with the moderators when you submit a project and more easily get feedback. And I know a number of people have actually mentioned to me how like they're surprised because that was something they never really thought about because hadn't really been done like that before. Like you just send your mod into the void and you hope it gets approved, uh, and now that you can just have an easy chat with people, and same for reports. And I think I don't know. I think that's something that people didn't really necessarily think about, but now that it's there, they enjoy.
Yeah, I think one thing too that a lot of data pack authors like is the package mod as or package data pack as mod feature. It's kind of like built into the site in the front end, and quite a lot of people use it, but a lot of people don't know that we have that feature where you can just make your data pack into a mod and have it accessible to a lot more users.
Very cool. Let's see. What do you think about the countless optimization mod packs on Modrinth?
I mean, they certainly exist. Recently we made some changes so that the distribution of payouts for each mod pack is more fair to the authors of the mods in the mod pack. So I don't think that there's really any downside to their existence. But you know, they they exist, and there's not really much else I can say about that.
I mean, yeah, as someone who was actually actively looking into try to fix that issue, it definitely is a thing that happens on the website. Um, I do think that having the Modrinth app now, um, and having more content mods on the site than before, like we recently just had Ars Nouveau and their add-ons join Modrinth on the website. So I think stuff like that will go a long way towards helping more than just optimization mod packs exist on the website. Uh, so next question. I've been playing E2 Enigmatica 2 Expert. Is that what that's supposed to say?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
What are the chances that Modrinth will ever attract enough mod depths for mod packs like this to exist on the platform? Yeah, we were just talking about this. And what are the steps the team are making to take? Yeah, what are the you get it? What are the steps being taken to make this happen?
Yeah,
I can speak a little bit if you want.
I think that works.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of different moving parts to making more content mods exist on the website. Different mod authors have expressed what they've decided needs to exist on the website before they feel like they can support Modrinth. And we're also, and so we're talking to them about having, about what we can do to make them more comfortable using Modrinth, about what mod pack devs need on the website so that they can support using Modrinth. One of the biggest things that a lot of mod pack developers were missing on the site were a suite of mods that they can use in order to build mod packs with. Like, since FTB is currently the biggest creator of those suites of mods, and they aren't on Modrinth, it's kind of difficult to make a questing pack, for example, without FTB on the site. So, fixing issues like that, with things like Project Odyssey, plug, since that is one of our mods that I make. Um, uh, Stuff like Project Odyssey, stuff like talking to more mod developers will go a long way towards helping more packs exist on the website. How will you bring more mod pack devs to Modrinth?
Yeah, we kind of just talked about that, so I guess we can probably skip that.
yeah, well, stuff like Project Odyssey is gonna help a lot with that. Um, Next question. I heard that Modrinth uses Cloudflare, and Cloudflare by default does not cover some regions, for example, mainland China. Is it possible for a Modrinth for the for a website to have an agreement with Modrinth so that said website can serve as a mirror of Modrinth in these regions?
Uh, yeah, so for this one, probably not. Mainly because Cloudflare provides us a lot of protection. We get DDoS fairly often, like almost every week or every other week. So having a site which didn't get protected by Cloudflare would probably result in a lot of downtime for Modrinth. So yeah, probably not. For what it's worth, though, I think we are like not banned in China yet, so that's cool.
Let's go. Anyway, next question. What does rinth mean? Oh, this is a duplicate. I feel like we've answered this.
Yeah, we kind of touched on that a little bit already.
Okay. Any plans for opening job offerings in the EU?
Yeah, so this is a duplicate of I think a later one, but yeah, unfortunately we do not hire outside the U.S. or Canada, and there's a couple reasons. One of them is mainly regulatory. It's very expensive and difficult to hire people who are not in the U.S. or Canada. The second one is like time zones. Just for us, because we're such a small team, it kind of is pretty hard to work with people who are like kind of 8 hours or 9 hours offset, stuff like that. But it might be something we do in the future as we grow. But for now, it's unfortunately no.
Is it planned to expand to Bedrock Edition with stuff like resource packs, shaders, behavior packs, and skin packs?
I think we did this one already. So yeah, we would probably skip.
Oh, okay. Why is this a question for us? When will the next BlanketCon take place?
Yeah, I guess
I don't know. It's not our department.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hi, it's my department. Probably not till 2025.
Good to know. Okay. The new job position mentions New York. Does this mean there are Modrinth offices? When will Modrinth occupy the entire Empire State Building? We were talking about this, weren't we?
yeah, that's actually pretty funny. Someone about that. No, like me and Adrian were just joking, like we'll buy the Empire State Building. But yeah, so I'm actually planning on moving to New York City. Still not fully decided, but Adrian also lives there too, so we're planning on starting an office there, kind of tentatively. So that's why the job postings mention that. It's a pretty cool city. We might actually do like meetups and like maybe like a mod jam there. I don't know. We've been brainstorming a lot. So yeah, it is possible. Most of our team is remote though, so we're pretty remote first. But yeah.
Yup. Okay. Let's see. When will Adrinth be open to other platforms?
Oh yeah, I guess this is a me question again. Yeah, somewhat soon. I think it's actually really cool, and it would be cool to like let, I don't know, modders monetize like their personal websites or like wikis. So we're working on Adrinth actually like a lot more soon. So yeah, it should be soon, TM. I don't know. I guess this doesn't say much.
Soon, TM. Okay. Next question. This is very important. Can you share a teaser of the redacted? Emma?
Yeah, this is something that we have on our roadmap that currently just says redacted. So this is what that means. That's supposed to be static, but I did a terrible job at it. Basically, we're not telling you. Next question.
Thank you, Emma, for that insightful answer. What are your plans for the next BlanketCon?
Well, last one we did a Q&A, and this one we did a Q&A, so I mean, I imagine we do a Q&A next time.
That's fair. Interesting. What do you think about Hightail?
I don't know. Hytail's never released. I don't know if it will. So yeah.
Sounds like vaporware to me.
It's an interesting project. Yeah, just like Jay said, I don't know if they'll ever release. Maybe we'll have mod support for when it does release. In like 10 years. Okay. Next question. Is there any vision for into making worlds or resource packs experienceable on the web with new tech like WebAssembly? That's interesting.
I mean, it's a neat idea, but we can't recreate Minecraft in WebAssembly. We can't recreate Minecraft, period. I mean, I know there are projects that try to do that, but that would be, for us, a waste of time, really. So, while it is a very neat idea, it's probably not happening.
Yeah. Let's see. How good is the launcher as a CLI, as a command line interface? Why is there no dash dash help in the README? Is there any subcommand to install a mod pack server?
This was
yes.
something that was a thing a
go
lot
ahead,
later
Mike.
on. I think that's kind of. Sorry, I'll let you take it.
Oh no. Well, yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like, it was something we planned on doing, but then we never got time for it. But we might revisit it someday.
A lot of like the skeleton and framework is still there for it. We just haven't really done any kind of we haven't really done a full run through of it yet.
Yep. Okay. Next question. Okay. Is using your own ad network, Modrinth, a sustainable business model? I see a lot of people saying that ads don't bring in enough revenue to keep any sort of company running.
Yeah, this is an interesting point. I think Modrinth provides us a really big amount of flexibility when with what we can do with Modrinth. And yeah, there's definitely a lot of companies that are sustainable off of ads, like for example YouTube. But the main thing Modrinth allows us to do is have a really privacy-friendly, tracking-free ad network, which we can also cater to our users a lot more. It also keeps ads pretty non-intrusive. We can control the format, and also lets us like negotiate better deals for us and creators. And Google doesn't, or Google or like whatever ad provider you use doesn't take like up to like a 50% cut of your revenue. So at the end, hopefully it'll allow creators to make more revenue than if we used a more invasive ad solution.
Yep, and as a follow-up to that, how will we earn enough money in the long run?
Yeah, I think this one's kind of a duplicate too. But yeah, primarily through Modrinth, and some more features we're working on, which will be announced soon.
Soon TM. Okay. From the launch of the site to now, when did Rinth the company start to form and become an actual company?
Yeah, so Modrinth has like always had a legal kind of company behind it, mainly like for taxes, because I think we always had ads since day one, like ethical ads. And yeah, but Rinth was formed 2 years ago, mainly as like a Delaware C Corp. It's a little easier for some things, but it started as this thing called Guavi LLC in Arizona. It was actually like I was working in gaming. We were doing like a gaming studio, and I don't know, it just kind of carried over. Had like an LLC lying around, so we used that. But now it's called Rinth Inc.
Very cool. Let's see. What do you have planned for the future of Modrinth?
Wait, yeah, where did everybody else go?
I think the server is dying?
Uh-oh. That's not good.
We're hemorrhaging members right now.
Oh dear, I think I caused something. I
left.
left and I rejoined.
What did
and
you do?
I think my mod crashed or something.
Uh-oh.
We might have to restart the server or something.
Well, the recording is still going, so We just the show must
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on. I don't know.
Yeah, the phono chat thing isn't even working anymore, and everyone's leaving.
What about Emma
It's
and
been broken for a little bit.
What is this thing that's going on here? Scarf. Who's the developer?
Okay,
of
I'm
this
back.
Scarf? It's very cool.
Did anyone else crash?
Not me.
Yeah, I'm good. You know, MacBook's very stable, right, Jay?
Yeah, macOS is the best OS.
Yes, sir.
Are we back?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's over. We're sober rock.
Okay, well, I think the recording never stopped, so maybe we can. Should we just pick up where we left off?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, the question was, what do we have planned for the future of Modrinth?
You could check our roadmap out at roadmap.modrinth.com, as we mentioned earlier. They're in no particular order, but I mean, we want to expand to other games, and in like the short term, we have lots of creator tools, more monetization options, and a lot more launcher features. And all those should be coming fairly soon. So I guess stay tuned, and you can check out our roadmap for more long-term stuff, I guess.
Yep. Well, third-party cookies. Oh, with third-party cookies being phased out, does your ad provider still work?
Yeah, we don't actually use any cookies for AdRenth. I mean, right now it's just like a static ad, but for page views, we do collect like a limited amount of information, just to prevent like fraud and like people botting their page views. But yeah, we're never gonna need cross-site tracking for AdRenth, so yeah, it doesn't really affect us.
Okay, is anyone friends with Mojang staff?
A few of them follow me on Twitter. Does that count?
No, I don't think it does.
I'd count that.
Damn.
But no for that for me too.
All right. Well, I guess none of us are that cool. So next question, what's it like to work at Modrinth?
I've really enjoyed my time here so far. It's cool to be working on so much open source stuff and like cool new projects. Things are pretty fast paced and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I started around the same time that the Sue's Rain over here joined us. So it's been really fun working on a bunch of stuff like this. The launcher was what I primarily worked on when I started here. And it was a lot of fun developing those features, showing off the stuff on the in devlog in the Modern Discord. So I enjoyed my time working here, and I'm looking forward to working here more in the future.
Yeah, I have no complaints. I had another job simultaneously, for a couple of months, just over this past summer, and my boss there really sucked. Like I hated that job, and it really put into perspective for me just how great Modern is, and yeah, needless to say, I'm staying here.
What's it like running?
For a hot second, I thought you were going to complain about Modern. Okay. Next question. Which statistics are going to be sheared? This is sheared, but I think you mean shared in the incoming dashboard update. So I'm currently working on implementing analytics into the website. There is going to be very comprehensive. It's going to be implemented in 3 places. Um, there will be analytics on individual project pages, analytics in user revenue pages, and analytics overall for users' projects. Um, you'll get a lot of information about downloads, page views, and for modpack devs, you'll get some information about what's it called, playtime for your modpacks through the Modrinth app. Um, you'll get a lot of information about specifically how much. This is a new thing we were just talking about. How much money how much money you're getting from page views versus downloads, since the Modrinth app and the website have monetization a little bit differently. The Modrinth app is primarily through downloads. That's how they're counted, and the website is counted through page views on your project pages. You'll get some pretty graphs about that stuff over time, about and we'll share more information about that as those things are released very soon. Actually, I don't think it'll be too far off that we get analytics on the website. Next question, unless anyone else has anything to say about that.
Can I ask something out loud? Did you answer the question about like why would someone DDoS you? Because if you did, I missed that one.
I mean, I don't. So we haven't answered the questions that are on the book thing, but I can answer that real quick. I don't know. I mean, people DDoS sites randomly all the time. Like, there's reasons for people to not like us, so I assume that's why. But from my understanding, the larger you get, the more attacks people do. Might be random, might just be like, oh, don't like Modrinth. But yeah, we get a fair amount. But it's cool.
The site's still up, so we're good. Next question. Are you planning to add a section for schematics, lightmatics, and worlds? And if so, how soon can we wait? Or how soon can we expect it?
It'll probably come eventually, but we addressed the challenges of worlds earlier, and then I don't know, schematics and stuff. I think another problem that we're gonna have to solve pretty soon is the user interface of the website. Like, navigating like a ridiculous amount of project types is challenging when they're all on a top bar, and as is the like on different screen sizes, the bar might overflow, and then on mobile you have even more challenges. So we have like a different interface for mobile, but I think that's something that we're gonna have to solve pretty soon, and yeah, it should be reasonable to do pretty soon.
Sounds good. Is your app optimized? It's an interesting word for Mac.
Yeah, it compiles down in Mac pretty well. I think the majority of us are actually developing on the Mac even.
We have all operating systems. We have some of us are Windows users, Mac users, Linux users, so it has to work on all of them.
Yeah, I think Jay and I, geometrically, and I use MacBooks for development when we're in the city. Why are you in survival mode?
Hey, stop punching me.
Sorry. Next question. Are there any plans for improving Modrinth Maven?
I mean, considering the person who submitted this question is also the person who created Modrinth Maven, then maybe contribute. I don't know.
Calling them out. That's so funny. I guess that's that question answered. Next question. Why? What? Okay. How do you manage all the people and the timelines so everything gets done and everything is stable enough?
Yeah, I guess this is a question for me. I don't know. I'd say I'm pretty chill. I don't know. I think everyone on the team is pretty passionate about Modrinth, like wants to release new things. And we basically use linear for tracking things, and set internal goal dates that basically never get hit. For example, the launcher was planned to be released in May, and it was not released in May. But yeah, we try and get things done in a somewhat timely manner. Uh, but yeah.
I don't know what you mean. We've hit every deadline early, in fact.
Of course.
Of course. Next question. Just thoughts on the old glitch that allowed you to milk squids? That's a fascinating question.
No thoughts.
Yeah. I'm more curious about the question itself than the answer.
Do glow squids have glow milk?
You know, I don't really want the answer to that question, honestly. You should make that a mod, Emma. Okay, next question. Let's see. Will live share updating private mod packs in the Modrinth app ever be implemented, or is it a planned feature to be implemented?
Yeah, I think it's something that we're working on. It's part of our list of like things that are kind of the next stage of adding to the launcher. But yeah, it's not kind of a group of things we want to add.
Okay. Next question. Oh, we already answered this. What's the current roadmap for Modrinth? I think Prospector mentioned this. You can visit roadmap.modrinth.com to see the stuff. But immediately, we're working on the app. We're working on some stuff for creators, like analytics and project collections, which will be very cool. Playlist for mods. Um, yeah. Next question. What is it like to develop one of the better launchers that people love to use? That's a bold statement. Um, I do think that's a very nice launcher. I personally, I didn't get the chance to introduce myself earlier. Um, my name is Adrian. I'm a mod developer, and I'm also a front end developer for. I work on the UI for the launcher, and occasionally I work on some of the UI elements for the website. I don't do that often though. I will be doing that more often now. Now we're doing analytics, um, but it's it's a lot of um, it's a lot of fun working on the UI features for the launcher specifically. Um, it's Tori is a very powerful tool for creating the launcher, and just through tweaking stuff in the UI, we were able to get just a bunch of new features that I didn't. We didn't even have to. I didn't have to learn Rust that people love so much, but scares me so much. To implement stuff like the advanced tools in the profile editing screen for things like bulk modifying mods in the app, for example. Um, so, yeah, it's a lot of fun to develop the features that people say are uh, part of the better launchers, quote unquote, that people use. Next question. When will Modrinth be available in all the languages currently being worked on? Actually, I think this is something that we were just talking about.
Yeah, as soon as they're like translated by our crowdsourced translations, that you can do that right now, and we're working on getting more pages available to be translated. But yep.
What are you wearing?
Nothing.
Okay. Next question then. Will there be new ways to discover new unknown mods?
Yeah, we're mod discovery or project discovery is something that we have plans for certainly. I think it's something that we can do a lot more easily now. Before it was hard to encourage users to sign in because they needed a GitHub account, and now that there's a lot more options for that, we can get users to sign in more easily. And people, when they have accounts in the future, we could potentially give them suggestions based on like their history and stuff, and promote mods that are like the mods that they've been using before. And in addition to that, we can maybe have a page with like trending mods and stuff, and those sorts of things to help people discover new stuff. So it's not just the search page, which is like all the top downloaded mods are always at the top. And anyway, yeah, and someone said SEO. SEO is a big thing that we can always improve on. I think you can never have enough SEO. Yeah. So definitely discoverability is important, and we're gonna be working on that.
Yep. I think this is a question for Emma. When do you expect project review times to be reduced again?
So as I already mentioned earlier, we are bringing on more moderators, and the goal. I'm not saying that we're going to stick with this, so do not take this as gospel. But our goal is that by the end of the month, project review times will be back to normal.
Very cool. I will see you if that's not the case. Next question. Let's see. Are you happy with the success of Modrinth?
Yep.
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 No, it's
Not enough success. We must have more.
I think it's already. I don't know. It's already exceeded my original expectations like a long time ago. Like it's already supported in basically every launcher except for the CurseForge app, and yeah, like lots of people use it. The traffic it gets is like actually crazy, and the number of mods on there already is very. There's a lot, and especially, I don't know. It's definitely a success in my book.
Yeah, for anyone who's curious, we currently have 15.4 thousand projects. We have 147,000 uploaded versions, 164,000 uploaded files, and over 7,300 authors. So that's a lot.
Yeah, the website has grown quite a bit since since even I've started here. I think when I was applying for the job of front-end developer in what was it, January, the I had like maybe 10,000 downloads in total. And I don't know how much this says about the growth of the website versus just my growth as an author on the website, but it's at like over 300,000 now, which is not a number I'd ever thought I'd get on the website with how small it was at the time. So we're doing very well, and I think it'll keep doing very well. So next question. Will analytics be private to the owner or public? I think I can answer this question. No, we don't plan on making some creators' analytics public to everyone to see. That would be very invasive. Um, I don't think they'll be exactly private to the owner only. Um, I think you'll probably be able to see, probably be able to set permissions for users to on a project in order to see them. But no, analytics won't be public for everyone to see for every project. And this seems to be the final question. This is a very interesting question to end on. Could there be a Modrinth app for mobile? It could be It could be synchronized with the desktop version, and then you could create. That's an interesting proposal to create instances and download mods to the PC automatically. Um, does anyone want to take this?
Maybe, but it's I don't know. It's not something we're currently working on, and we have a lot of plans for the foreseeable future. So possibly, and I know there's like ways of running Java Edition on mobile and stuff, and I don't know. Maybe there's potential in the future, but for now, even a dedicated app for like the website doesn't really seem like the best use of our time. We could probably get it running as a PWA in the near future, and but maybe someday.
Yeah, it would be cool. I think I joked with Jay about this when we were working the other day, about doing an app, but it's doesn't really make sense. We're not other than being able to browse mods, there's not much you can do on mobile, and that being able to download mods to an instance on your computer would be a very weird feature. But yeah, I think that's all the questions people had for us. This list doesn't scroll down.
We have several more in the like that were submitted through the books, but unfortunately we are short on time. We only have about like 5 minutes left with our time, so we might be able to get one or two, but we won't be able to get to any that are submitted right now. That being said, if you still have questions that you want to submit, we can like create a thread in our Discord server, and you can just post them there. So yeah.
There seems to be a question on this board behind us.
Oh yeah, we'll have that soon. The scheduling.
Soon, TM.
Yeah, so for this one, it really depends. This hiring cycle, we're hiring 2 people. It's probably going to be the last time we hire for a pretty long time. So, yeah, we don't really have like set hiring cycles or anything, but this is probably the last time we're recruiting for a hot minute.
Yeah, I think we're hiring 2 new developers, right? One backend, one front end.
Yep. Hey, so if you want to apply, go to careers.modrinth.com and yeah, submit your application.
Oh, just as like an interjection for that, if people have applied previously, are those applications still in y'all's system, or?
Yeah, so I mean, if you got a response previously, you can apply again. We've had a couple people apply again, and yeah, it just depends. But if you didn't get a response, just reach out to me because everybody who applies should get a response.
It's worth noting that content moderators for the temporary position that we had, we're still looking into submissions for that. So we haven't sent out all responses for the content moderator position, but also that was a temporary offer. So.
For the question that's on the screen right now, I mean, I haven't used the Prism Launcher extensively. I think most of the differences are that I would consider features are the UI elements that we have in the app versus the ones that the Prism Launcher has, which are I don't know how to the Prism Launcher is interesting when it comes to the UI. But I think that's a really big differentiator that we have over it. Also, we don't support CurseForge, which while Prism does, so I don't think that'll ever be a thing that we do.
If I could interject, what do you mean you don't support CurseForge?
Like the app doesn't, the Modrinth app does not download mods from CurseForge, and it probably never will.
But you can still run mods from CurseForge, that's fine?
Yeah, you can. It's just a mod, so you can download it from CurseForge and insert it. You can actually drag and drop mods into profiles in the app. That's a feature that I don't think anyone really knows about. But if you if you go to your profile, then drag a mod into over the table that has all of the mods, you can insert mods, or you can press the open folder button and add them. That's a way you can add mods that aren't on the website that you can just add any normal mods.
What about mod packs? Can like a mod pack feature a mod that's not on the website still work fine?
As an override, yes, you can include mods that are you can include mods in overrides in MR packs, but we only support the Modrinth format MR packs in the Modrinth app currently.
So as long as it's in the Modrinth format, it's fine.
As long as the mod pack that you're trying to import is in the Modrinth format, yes. What the heck is going on stage over here?
This is entertainment.
I'm trying to become CEO.
Ah, okay.
Nah, I got the dog in me.
I don't know what happened, but suddenly I got void.
You can throw tomatoes? Who let that happen?
This is what our development cycle looks like.
So true.
If you die in BlanketCon,
Can they
you
die?
die in real life.
What?
If you die in BlanketCon, you...
Oh no!
Oh, GG!
Dang, I was kind of rooting for him.
He does have that dog in him.
I guess you keep your position.
Oh, is that? No, it's not. It's just like, is it actually? I can't tell. Like, is that a Doom sprite or like turn around?
Turn around. We were so close to getting front end supremacy.
That's cool.
I got a tail.
Yeah, I think that's everything though. There doesn't seem to be any more slides, so it's also 9:30 now, so.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us for this Q&A. Like Emma said, feel free to ask any questions on our Discord. My DMs are always open too. I'm pretty slow to respond sometimes though, but yeah, if you guys want to ask us questions, we're always pretty responsive. So yeah, just let us know. Oh no. Oh no, John Modrinth is here.
Oh no. He's gonna dock my pay. Run.
Run.
Someone has very long scarves. They're clipping to the ground.
Is Jamon your husband?
Who is
obviously.
Mr. Pack?
I'm free.
Oh goodness, it's Sonic. I'm not sure how I feel about